Okay, well, tonight we are going to work on activating the drill down. So I'm going to have you guys log in. We're going to go to and we're going to work with our tabular report that we worked on last class. And we're going to see about activating the drill down. So I am going to go ahead and show you what we need to do. And then I'll stop the recording and make sure you guys can get there, because I imagine you guys haven't opened this yet. So. And we are recording. Okay, so I am going to go into design of the tab. So there is a capability of doing what's called a drill down. And a drill down is usually the case where on a report, we have summary information that we can then click on the PDF and it'll link us into an application which will show us the detail information that relates to the information on the screen, on the report. And as an example, I have order numbers here, which will show us an amount, and we'll be able to click on those and it'll take us to the application, which will show us the detail here. So we're going to be doing a couple of things, and the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be activating the drill down. And so what we're going to do is we're going to first turn on the drill down capability. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the properties for the tabular form that we have here. And I can do it by double clicking or by right mouse clicking, going to properties, whatever. Now there's a bunch of tabs, and we're not going to go over all those right now, but under financial, there's a thing called drill down. And as soon as I click the drill down, this activates two buttons to define the way we define the drill down capability, or once we've defined it, we can actually delete it later. So we've done the define, and we've activated the drill down. We're going to click on define, and we're going to tell it how we link. When we click on the drill down capability, we want it to go to an application. So under application, we're going to type in P4310, and I'm going to select that, and then it's going to say what form, and we're going to select just the order detail. And we want to select a version, so we're going to go ahead and say yes. Make sure this radio button says yes, and then we're going to select, And the version we're going to select is ZJDE0001. So I'm going to select that. Okay. Now, that's a form interconnection command that we're doing, and we're going to pass certain values into this form interconnect data structure. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I only want the information to pass in. So I'm going to click the directional indicator until it's to the right. And then I'm going to pass in the order number, which is the DACO from the 4311. So I'm going to select the DACO, and I can double click this, or I can hit the right arrow here and it'll populate it. And then I'm going to do order type. Whoops. Now, just so you know, not all of these fields have to be mapped into this data structure, only the key values, which in this case, let's see, the order type. There's the 40 DCTO, which is the order type. I'm going to double click that. Order company. Is going to be the 4311, not the T of the KCLO. The order suffix. (4311) SFXO. The branch plant, which we also know as the business unit, which is this MCU here. And then we're going to pass in the supplier number, which is the address number right here. And once we're done with that, we're going to say, okay. Now that we've activated the drill down, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to save it, and I'm going to exit it. Now, the reason we're doing that is because I like the fact that we are already getting a detailed version of the output, and I want to save that. I don't want to lose that. But I do need a summary version in order for this drill down to work. So I need to create another version of this report template, and then I'm going to modify that, and you'll see what I'm going to do. So I am going to leave this RDA. I am going to create a new version, a summary version, by adding. If I copy, now I have the option, to get a new version, I can copy this one or I can add a version. If I copy this one, then the new version I create will look exactly like this. And it's going to take all of those specifications that are unique to this version into the other version. If I instead add one, it means it's going to take all of the, I'm guaranteed to be working with the original report specifications. So I'm going to add a new version. And the instructions is telling me to make the version called summary. And we're going to call it summary of tabular. Okay, so now that we've got the drill down set up, we're going to go ahead and save and exit out of the template editor. And we created a version, so I refreshed the screen, and so now I have a summary version, and that's where we're going to go into design. We're going to go into design in there. And so we're going to highlight the version and go into design. And we're going to go into revise. We're going to go into report design under the tools tab. And we're going to highlight the purchase order section. That this is the tabular section. And we're going to right mouse click and do override version specifications. Now that's going to allow us to override the section layout, or the data selection, the event rules, the database output, or the sort sequence. So we are going to choose the section layout and the section sort sequence and say okay, because those are the only two areas we're going to make modifications. Okay. We don't, for the summary section, we don't need the comments. So we're going to delete the comments. And since there's no delete button up here, I'm just going to, I can go to the edit function and hit delete. And then we're going to modify the sort sequence. So we're going to right mouse click. Let's see. Why didn't it? Oh, so let's save it. And define data sequence. We're going to right mouse click define data sequence. And up here on the sort properties, we're going to unclick the second item number level break button. And then under the data sequencing tab, we're going to focus on the second item number and remove it from the sequencing. So I'm going to highlight it here and hit the left arrow to make it go away. And so now the second item number is no longer part of the sequencing, only for the summary version. Now, what we're going to add into it, though, is we're going to add address number. So I'm going to find address number and add it to the right. And then we're going to move this up to the top so that it's the first thing they sequence by. And we're going to say OK. And then we're going to save. And exit. So I'm going to cancel out of the advanced section. I'm going to highlight. Well, I can just go, well, I'm so not used to using that. I'm going to go in here to Design tab. Under the Design Tools, go to Version List. And here I am going to run the report. So I'm going to submit and have it run on screen. And it finished running. I'll go get the summary version. Oh, let's see. So I don't have Acrobat Reader on my machine, and that's required to do the link. Do either of you guys have Acrobat on your machines? Hello?
I couldn't get Adobe Acrobat to run properly in this virtual machine. So I'm using another one called Foxit Reader. I don't know if that would do what Acrobat does.
Let's see if we can figure something out. I'm going to pause record. So let me at least show you what this was supposed to do. Is when the report, this hand should turn into a pointer hand that points to the right. And if you click on it, then what it actually was supposed to do is pull up the Enterprise One menu. And it looks like it's going to start the web server. It might take a while. All that. So I am manually bringing up the local host JD Edwards menu in order to show everyone what when you open the Acrobat, there's that when you click on this, it's the same as loading up the P4310, the ZJDE0001 version with all of these values pre-filtered, the supplier name, the order number, order type, suffix, so that it's in the filter. So when you actually go to the screen, I'm manually loading the P4310 here. And if it ever comes up, we will add the filtering so that we can match the information on one of these summary lines to all the values that add up to this open amount. And hopefully we can do that in before the year runs out. Okay, so now that we've got it to pop up, we're going to input order number 4841. 4841 OP. I don't think we displayed what the branch plant was, but the supplier was 4341. If we tab it out, hopefully it'll show us who the supplier was. International Supply Company. If we do a find, all right, well, apparently I can't show it to you, so don't know what's causing it. It was a nice, cool little feature, but I guess we're not going to see it here tonight. So. Any questions on getting this far in the directed exercise? And
No, I remembered that it was my data selection that was off. that the dates weren't working.
Oh,
So when I deleted it and redid the whole first part of it while we were waiting for all this to load real quick here, and ran it without adding in the final line of selection, and got selection. So because I didn't know what dates to enter, so I didn't enter any.
that's right. So did we pass in dates into that drill down?
I think you did. I think you went through yours and added dates, but I don't know. You have to go to your selection, data selection.
Order type, company, suffix, business unit, and address number. So, no, we didn't add any dates.
I don't know that it had anything to do with this. I just mean that the original exercise had told us that data selection was to be from like June of 05 through June of 07 or something, and none of our data was even in there. Our dates were even until like 2012 or something like that. Yeah, you changed yours to 6/1/17 to 6/1/18, or 8/17. I just didn't add in the final line of date selection. But it didn't change anything about drill down. I didn't get to setting that version up. So
It's just weird why I wouldn't get any. E4310. So let's see. So I see 4841. Let me see. I don't see it in here, but I see it in the report. Why is that not coming through? See, now you got me curious, Steve, because you reminded me the dates were all screwed up, so maybe this other stuff is a little hinky too. Let's see, that was 4841. Let's see if we can get 4841. Oh, its next status are all 999. So
There you go.
there are two 280s. I'm confused as to why.
Are the two, do the 280s meet the date criteria?
Oh, line types have to be S as well. Oops, they're all line type S. This number and date for the transaction. TRDJ.
Hmm. That fits too. And what are their adjust numbers?
4341 through 4345. So let's see. I want to go here. I'm gonna do some interesting checking. I'm gonna go to something called interactive versions. And I'm gonna bring up P4310 if it ever comes up. Because each of those versions might have some hidden filtering that we don't know about. Okay. That looks. don't think I can look at press. Oh, I can. Order type OP, line type, beginning status 220. Display. Those are all blank. Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna run it without the version, see what pops up.
Nothing.
Oh, well, tonight was a complete failure.
Oh, man.
So. Yeah, any questions?
Do we need to install Adobe Reader onto our, what do you call them? Demo engineers?
Well, I couldn't get it to work myself, so I'd say no, don't worry about it, because I'll just have to find a way to show you this part of the stuff. I've used it probably 3 times in 27
Okay.
years. So once every 9 years. So I would say it's not that big a deal. I just thought with you guys seeing tabular and hearing about drill down, you might want to see what it was about. Just so worst case, you know it's there. At least from the directed exercise, you now have an inkling of how it's set up when you're on a client system. So it's not going to be totally foreign to you. So
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Oh, is that what's happening? It installed McAfee, huh?
yeah.
That's why you're so slow. All right, anything else?
No, that'll do it.
All right.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I just noticed you were starting to do that. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna install that crap and see about what's next. So,
Okay.
all right. You guys have a good night.
Good night.
Right.
Thanks, Ben.
All right.